great.
I knew it.
I don't have my hat on. How's my hair?
Looks good.
Does it?
Yeah.
I got a full head of hair now. It's like luscious. I feel like my hair, I feel like I'm having a midlife crisis, to be honest.
Kim said I look like a 80s or 90s wrestler.
Oh,
My hair.
man, she wants to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she said that, and then we did fuck, so. No, but I was looking at some pictures like Jake the Snake.
Dude, you look just like him.
Dude, sick. I might be that for Halloween.
Awesome. Or just be like him every day.
Yeah.
But no, the hair, I don't know. I feel like since I have it still, I gotta take care of it.
Yeah.
I don't mention this to a lot of people. I don't really bring it up.
Yeah.
But I'm super particular about my hygiene. I think most people particular about their hygiene?
Depends, yeah.
Some are and some are not.
I am very particular about the soap I use on my skin. I have sensitive skin. Everybody, I don't know if everybody doesn't know, sensitive skin runs in my family, skin issues, all these things. So I'm super particular. And then during bodybuilding, I don't like stinking. I don't like smelling or blah. Even though it happens, it's inevitable if you sweat a lot. I sweat a ton.
Yeah.
But I'm super particular about my hygiene now. And people are like, you should come out with your own beard oil. And everybody does it. Well, listen, I don't want to sound like a bougie bitch, but I'm going to sound like a bougie bitch right now.
Yeah,
right?
go.
I'm very particular about the oils for the beard and the hair.
Yeah.
Just because it's smooth, it makes me feel good. My scalp is nice and smooth. I use Moroccan oil, which is relatively expensive. And I don't feel comfortable, recommending, hey, come and buy my $7.99 bottle of beard oil that I don't even use personally because it's cheap for me to sell to you. And even though it's decent, if I don't use it, I don't want to push it upon anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
But so the beard oil, I use Moroccan oil, super particular about it. My beard is super smooth. It smells nice all the time. My hair is smooth. And I like my hair. If I go bald, I don't know. I don't want to look back and say, I wish I let my hair fly more.
I kind of wanted to see if my curls still came in.
Grown it out.
And they do.
Yeah.
They're still there.
Yeah. Still got the fro, bro.
My grandmother always was jealous of my curls. Any older woman is like, oh, I'd kill for those curls.
You know what? They do that. They did that to my brother when he was a kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it turns into cute. Then it turns into, man, you're kind of sexy with curls. And your Aunt Sally was checking out your bulge and didn't even know it. She's not related. She just, your uncle's
Just
wife.
very, very friendly.
I've seen those videos on the internet.
No, I'm the same way. With what I do, I'll shower 3 times a day. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just particular about it.
Especially with the pool, I'm very weird about
chlorine.
the pool. Even if I'm going right home, I'll shower there before I even get in the car. Even if it's just a rinse off, chlorine fucks with my shit really bad.
Yeah, and it's the pool. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's nasty.
It is.
But it's nasty.
It is. They got kids in there, fucking geriatrics, just shit.
Geriatrics.
Yeah.
They never wipe their ass
Bunch
right.
of Jerry's. There's one dude, he gets out to use the bathroom halfway through and then comes back. So, I'm hoping he's just taking a piss.
Water worked him all up, goes
Yeah.
in there, takes a nice shit, comes back in. Man.
Feeling good.
Oh. But wonderful morning. A little rainy.
A little bit.
I just want the sun to come out. I'm ready.
Did we move that basketball net? Or?
No, I believe the storm moved the basketball
I was going to
net.
say, I'm glad it didn't go through the fucking window.
We agreed this morning.
My
I got to put
God.
some sand in them bitches. Make sure they don't move. Be a good idea.
Bags of sand.
Titties. Well, all right, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the HWMF Podcast. I'm your host, Seth Feroce, here with my heterosexual life mate, Bob.
What's up?
And our esteemed assistant, Triston.
I'll see the camera.
That was a kiss for everyone who didn't know. He's giving you some lovins. I have a feeling that Triston can do a few things incredibly well. His job, not one of them.
Wow.
Fighting and fucking being those two of those good things, though.
Yeah.
And my job. My job.
Top 3, job, fighting, fucking.
I tried to...
Fucking then fighting. Yeah.
Fucking.
Really? You're pretty confident about the fighting thing around here.
Well, yeah, of course.
And I mean, for your job and fighting to be in front of or fucking to be in front of those, it's.
Well,
I may have underestimated your abilities to do your job here.
yeah. Well, I say I do a pretty good job at my job. I'd say I'd even go far and say that I'm excellent at my job.
I mean, I'd agree.
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know, everyone, did we post that the April Fool's prank of
No.
you? We did not post that.
No, we didn't.
So, for everybody that doesn't know, Triston is absolutely astounding at his job. He is very good. He works in customer service and absolutely slaughters everything and helps out the systems and does great. We had a prank phone call done by one of our employees to test Triston's abilities on the telephone. And it might be one of the funniest fucking things I've heard in a long time. Nick impersonated one of our customers, and he seemed to have an issue, but he was from the South.
Yeah.
So he laid on a thick accent and came at Triston pretty hard with some issues that he had. And it was just fucking awesome. We have to post that.
It was pretty good. I do have to ask, was it only at the end that you realized, or when did you know?
Well, it got weird because not
Listen, it is weird.
not every phone call I get, you have somebody going, I just had some questions about your functionally and fuckable shorts, you know?
However, we have some you guys are
We do.
very
Oh,
unique
we do.
people.
Oh, we do. And the whole time I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, I was looking at Corey, I was looking at John, I was like, there's no way. Like, and I looked around, like, nobody's fucking with me. And then at the end, he was telling me about how he lives his great farm in Georgia and his ranch. And I was like, oh, it's a 412 number. There's no fucking way. And then that's when I said something. And then I heard them laughing. And then Nick's like, I gotta go, bud. I gotta go. So then I stood up. And I got up immediately, took my earphone off. I was like, someone's fucking with me. And then I walked down the hall like Liam Neeson, like fucking looking around, like who's fucking with me? Because when you do those phone calls, you can't tell. Because even if I did think it was a prank call, what am I gonna do? Say, hey, fuck you. What if it was an actual?
Yeah, right. You can't do that.
If it was an actual customer,
What happens?
I get fired. Yeah, pretty much. If I told a customer to fuck off.
Yeah, we'd fire you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
takes it very serious. It is funny. We have to post it. We got to post it.
Yeah, we'll
'cause
put it up this week.
It was hilarious. But no, very good at your job.
I
Very
hope
good.
so.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's an interesting job, that's for sure.
Unique, and what I think that we do incredibly well. We had our meeting. We had our meeting this week, and I think we had 3 mispicks out of all the orders that went out. 3 or 4 mispicks out of every single order that went out of our building. We had 4 mispicks occur.
Yeah, it was like a 0.0004%,
which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it was pretty awesome. But what I'm getting at here is how the systems have been built here in place to make sure that our customers are taken care of from, quality number one. I mean, everything, how cool the products are, how cool they look, the quality of our products, and then how it translates into everyone in our system, from the shipping department making sure that they don't fuck up on anything, and then our customer service department making sure that everything is followed up smoothly with everything, and our customers are taken care of and serviced. Very unique. We are good. We are fucking insanely good at the shit that's really hard for people to do.
Yeah.
That is something that a lot of companies have issues doing, and we all know it. But motherfucker, we slaughter that shit.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we were talking the other day. There's a lot of these brands, and we were guilty of it in the very beginning when it was just me and you shipping AAR. But no one really gets on the phones anymore. It's all done via email.
Yeah.
A company will do a big exclusive drop. It might take 3 weeks to fulfill items. It might, all of these timelines. I mean, the amount of phone calls, I forget what it was on the report from Carly, but the amount of times these guys get on the phones with our customers, those Those phone calls are the most valuable things we can do as a customer service team, hands down.
Absolutely.
Because I don't get a call from fucking Nordic Track to go over whatever when they fuck up. Like,
No.
I get it. It's an email, so it's just really cool to see, even though me and you fucked up quite a bit in the beginning, we always handled it with that customer, best that we could.
Well, what I'm getting at is that's where Mike, Shane, Carly come into play, and them being exceptional. Like, you want to talk about an in the trenches motherfucker, it's Mike. Like, just a vision for the shit that is ugly.
Yep.
He's very good at it. I don't think there's anybody better than him. Like, so when it comes to building a system and then building people with Carly and Shane and how we were able to build that, that's what you and I needed. You know what I mean? And that's why it's foolproof. And that's why you see when things happen, it's like the foundation that has been built through the fucking gritty, hardcore work, which is exactly what Pittsburgh is. It's blue collar as fuck. It's gritty. It's hard. It's what we're good at. Like, It's awesome because I am not a customer service guy. I've always said, like, the one job I could never do would be bagging groceries at the store or being a cashier. I'd fucking choke that old bitch across telling me how to do my job. Fuck your coupons. But it's it's pretty cool. And I just saw a message this morning. I saw a post this morning in our Facebook group, and I screenshot it, but I forgot to post it because I was in the middle of cardio. And it was along the lines of that, exactly what we're talking about here. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, in a world where these services are usually always outsourced by a brand, we put the value behind our team. Like that's where it is.
Dude, you can't do shit. Like, when it was you and I, we had holes. We had very big, massive holes in a company. You can have a brand. Your brand can be cool as fuck, but you need a company to run it all.
Yeah.
In order to become very successful, you need a company. And that means that you're going to have to do the undesirable shit very well.
Yeah.
Like customer service, like shipping, like building that back end. You're going to have to be able to be doing that very well to have a very successful company, or spend a lot of money to make sure somebody else can do it. Right. And that depends on how you want to build your brand and company and what you want to do. The shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what keeps everyone coming back, and I feel like some companies do believe that a one-time buy is cool for them because they don't know how to do the follow-up. They don't know how to provide that extra service, where, I mean, I'm damn proud of our returning customer and returning fan base.
Our returning customer rate is out of fucking control.
It's insane. Most marketing companies would think it's a fucking lie. Like, it's just insane.
Yes.
Yep.
It's awesome.
I think another thing that's really cool about our company is I've dealt with a lot of customer service in the past too. A lot of customer service reps from any company, they're very robotic. Seems like they're not being real and they're reading off of a script. But with our team, it's interesting because we be as real and authentic as we can. We're not reading off of a script. So when we call people or they call us, they know that we're being real with them. We're not saying, well, I apologize for any inconvenience, blah, blah, blah. There's no script. We're just having a normal human-to-human conversation. I think that's what they appreciate the most.
I mean, that's the model that was initiated. Just be real with them. Don't fucking lie to them. Whatever you do, don't lie to them. Just tell them the truth. Even if it's hard to tell them the truth, if something got fucked up, you got to tell them it's fucked up. But then you got to find a way. How do you make it right? Is it their fault? Is it our fault? And then be real with them. Because at the end of the day, whenever you have, like you said with Nordic Track, you just want to be on the phone like, hello, this is fucked up. It's on you. Like, don't just fix the fucking issue.
That's it.
Cool. And if you tell me it's going to be 6 weeks, then I'm going to be like, fuck you, but okay.
Yep.
Expect the fuck you to come, and then me to be like, well, I guess I got to kind of wait 6 weeks, but fuck you again, because I want to tell you fuck yourself again, because I hate you, but I'm going to wait the 6 weeks.
Yep. I need it.
Completely understand, sir. I'll go fuck myself and then have you wait 6 weeks. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sounds good. Bye-bye. Fuck you very much. Like, but that's I think that's the best way to go about things in life. And that's what's a huge problem in society today is just nobody was willing to have these real conversations with people. Just real, genuine, authentic conversations. It's like how politics and everybody thinks that everything's so wonderful and pretty and everything's perfect. No, I never did any drugs. Bitch, you're so full of shit. No, I never said a swear word. Get the fuck out of here. You crispy clean motherfucker. They're full of shit. Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, I was clicking through and I remember whenever fucking Trump said something about tell them motherfuckers this, and everybody went nuts, and they're like, I can't believe he said that, and people loved him for it. I'm like, well, it's because that's what every single person would have said.
Yeah, right.
Because it was legitimately that. Like, if you just, I told those people no, they're like, sounds good. I told them motherfuckers no. You're like, yeah, that's how I would have said it. But it's just, it's crazy. Oh, man. Big weekend ahead.
Yeah.
We got to Pittsburgh. Yes. We are the title sponsor of the Mr. Pittsburgh show. Very, very feather in the hat for me. That was a show that catapulted my career. We are the title sponsor. If you guys are in the area, please stop by. The team will be there on Friday and Saturday. I will be there on Saturday from like 3 o'clock all the way to the night. I'm super pumped up. I might take Addie and SJ down because Hannah will be at states, level 4 states with the kiddos. Mm-hmm. Out in Philly, so I'm debating about bringing SJ and Addie.
Yeah,
like I might take SJ out,
and I feel like
on the stage.
Freaking love it.
I know. I like had this thing this morning. I'm like, maybe I should bring him out.
Yeah,
maybe he'll get pissed at me, but I don't care.
I think he'll be good.
Oh, I'd love to fucking.
He gets fascinated with new stuff.
I know,
and new sites. So like, I feel like he'll be good.
Bring him out on stage.
Pack those pockets full of snacks and you're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nugget pocket.
Yes. Tater tots.
He'll see some fucking big ass, big tittied broad and be like, huh. Like, so last night, Hannah's like making dinner and stuff, and I go over and fucking give her a slap on the ass. SJ comes right over and goes, starts tapping it this hand, and I'm like, she's like, this is it.
That's where it starts.
I'm like, all right, bud. I was like, it's a little weird, but just don't get used to it.
That's where it all starts.
So we'd go there, and he'd just fucking start tapping asses. I could see it. He'd be like, oh, he's so cute. Like, fuck me. It's adorable.
Yep, that's my kid.
Yep,
for sure.
Can't deny him. But yeah, I'm excited for the weekend. It's cool. It's cool whenever things like this occur in life. Like the full circle moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever something just, it's hard to believe that we're in the positions that we're in, let alone to be able to do something in your hometown that is such a massive show. Everybody's coming in. Nick Walker's coming in. Big Rammy's coming in. Brandon Curry's coming in. C-Bum's coming in. All these cool people are coming in for the biggest show on the East Coast of the NPC. Mm-hmm. It's also a pro show, but it's the biggest amateur show in the area because they bring in all the guest posers. It's been shit because of COVID for the past couple of years. Everything has been. But now all the big guest posers are back. Super cool. Make sure you guys come down. Like, I'll be there. We'll be there all weekend, have our booth, the team, handing out a bunch of shit. And then all day Saturday, I'll be there. I don't know if I'm going to bring the kiddo or not. We'll see. But it'll be fun.
Just play out the morning.
I know. See how it goes. Yeah. See how it goes. But yeah, I'm excited. It's cool. Full circle on things. I did the show in 2009. I was going in like 2002 when I started going to that show. I was 17. And that was like the first time I ever saw Cutler and Ronnie Coleman. And I saw Cutler. The first time I saw Jay Cutler was from behind. And he was wearing a pair of shorts, all tanned up. And he was probably 300 fucking pounds. Yeah. And his calves were like shaking when he walked. And I'm like, that's what they look like in person. All right. This is what a bodybuilder looks like in person.
Fuck.
I was like, holy fucking shit.
Got some work to do.
Dude, it was such a freak show because that was the thick of him and Ronnie. That was right when it all was going down. 02, 03, 04 was the thick of their rivalry. And like that's also the show whenever you see Jay Cutler on Ronnie Coleman's back, like carrying him out like a piggyback style. That's the show, was the Mr. Pittsburgh, because Jim Mannion is the president of all of bodybuilding, runs everything. He's the godfather of this shit from Pittsburgh, so this is why everybody comes in. So that picture, that iconic picture, is from the Mr. Pittsburgh show. Yeah. I remember it, so I'm bummed. Super excited. And now we're a title sponsor for pretty much ever, I think so.
Yeah, we're locked in on that.
I'd like to be for the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an honor.
It's the one that catapulted my career. And now we're the title sponsor of it. Just cool.
It is.
Just super cool. And yeah, it's weird how a lot of that's a lot of stuff. I don't know. Like I've been having I put out that steroids video. It caught a lot of traction.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yes.
A lot of traction.
Yep.
Everybody made reaction video.
Yep.
I have to make my reaction video to their reaction because that's how the internet works.
It's like a chain reaction of reactions.
Just react to everybody reacting.
Yeah.
That's all I have to do. My reaction. I put a disclaimer at the front of it. I was like, just a heads up, I'm not a doctor. I was like, if you have a problem, call the claims department. 212, fuck you. I was like, man, I'm funny. I was just like, you dick. But,
Oh my, Shane.
see what I mean? This is bullshit. These fucking things.
For those listening and not watching, Seth's microphone just took a shit.
And for everybody that doesn't know, oh man.
I'm sending Shane a picture of this right now.
Yep.
I can give him a call.
I give everybody a ton of shit about this stuff because I liked my original.
Yeah.
I liked my original.
Back in business.
Back in business. But anyway, everybody I made the video and it needed to be said. My biggest thing is I'm just tired of watching motherfuckers die. I'm tired of it. It's sad.
It is.
And, and as our parents get older and as we see people have health complications, like, dude, I don't want nothing. I'm tired of seeing dads die. That was the big thing. I don't want to see a dad die. Like, people growing up without dads, like, that shit's not cool, whether it's from bodybuilding, but this is my industry. Like, and if I see people, dads, dying in my industry and their kids aren't fucking growing up with a dad, motherfucker, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I get a big problem because I have kids. So therefore, nobody was saying these things, so I just thought, I'm going to fucking say them. And nobody can deny what I said is the truth. And I'll give a little tidbit into my reaction video. I've got to film. Every single person that reacted agreed with me to some degree. Why? Because I'm right. They will kill you. Like Palumbo said, he's like, they won't kill you, but if you do enough of them, they will kill you.
Right.
No shit?
Yeah.
I'll be damned. You smoke one cigarette a day, you're probably fine. But if you get lung cancer, you're going to be like, fuck. Probably shouldn't have smoked one cigarette a day every day for 25 years. Just those, it's all that, and everybody's different, and we're not all the same, but it's super intense. And whenever I sit and think about everything, like how the full circle thing, all these people having, a ton of people reached out that have health issues and asked me how was I able to transition out of it? How was I able to, change my eating habits and my mentality and all this? I'm like, motherfucker, it ain't easy. It's just like you being heavy and then having to make the adjustment into being an Iron Man. It's these adjustments that people make in life to become something new and better and more intense and incredible. And it's just really, really hard.
Very. Yep.
Very difficult. But at the end of the day, I look at it and I'm like, well, what the fuck else am I going to do? What else am I going to do? Like, I want to do cool shit. So, and then it's your decision to do what you want to with your life. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I get to film my reaction video, and then I'm going to film more reaction videos to everybody reacting to my videos and keep that internet thing going, because that's how you get views. Just sputter bullshit out of your mouth.
What a unique.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, it is.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to make a title of a video super, super controversial, and then talk very logically in the video.
That's the way to go.
That's exactly what you do. We're going to die in like 50 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, dickhead.
Fucker. It's a unique place. But other than that, life is pretty good. Ran again, huh? Another marathon under the old belt.
Yep, the Pittsburgh, which was pretty cool.
How'd that go?
It was okay. It was all right. It was like a fucking monsoon out there.
I was just going to say a little bit of rain, huh?
Dude, It wasn't a little bit of rain. It was a lot of rain.
I know. I woke up and I saw it. I'm like, man, it might hold off. Nope.
It held off till we started. We started and it started drizzling, and then it wasn't bad. Honestly, it wasn't bad, half of it, and then it was...
How does that slow you down? Does it slow you down?
Yeah, it does. I mean...
Didn't seem like it too much. Like, I have a hard time running. I ran 7 miles an hour, half a mile clips doing my functional workout the other night.
Yeah.
7 miles an hour. Good pace. I was good for half a mile. I was like, fuck. I got off to do my other exercise, and I'm like, half a mile at 7, I'm pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You were running 10 miles an hour for 13.1 miles.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can achieve that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit intense. Now, I was telling my coach, like, I was very happy with my time. It was 1:26. It was a PR for me, 6:30 pace. But the rain, the crowd wasn't there. The race energy wasn't there.
Because of the rain.
And there was like a middle point of the race. I forget what part of the city I'm going through, but there was just no one for like 2 or 3 miles. And then there was a group ahead of me that was way faster, and then a group 5 minutes behind me that was slower. So I literally ran by myself for like 3 or 4 miles, and like my pace just dropped because like I wasn't looking at my watch. I was kind of zoned out.
Like, fuck this shit.
And then as
It's
soon as the
raining.
rain really came down, I'm like, okay, like let's get the fuck out of here. Like I just don't even want to be here. And I mean, the rain usually doesn't slow me down too much, but the way it puddles in the fucking city, it was just crazy. Like your feet are just heavy now. Like your socks are soaked. Like you're squishing.
Well,
on
that's
your
what I'm
shoes.
saying. Like, you're running, and it's
Yeah.
like, how's that not slowing you down a lot?
Yeah. So I mean, I did close it out at a 5:55, which is pretty sweet. But I can definitely smash that time for sure.
Yeah.
Give me a flat, dry course.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would not want to run in the rain.
No, it's not my favorite.
No, I don't like running, period.
Yeah. It's all right if it's not too cold out, but
Yeah.
fuck.
I just-
Cycling in the rain sucks.
Yeah, because then you're going faster and you're getting beat in the face
It feels
with rain.
like fucking gravel.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Rain is water. Water is the softest and hardest thing on the planet.
It is. It is.
Fucking Bruce Lee over here. No, I whenever you do these races, I don't know. When I watched them, I'm just like, talk about something that I would never want to do, and that's all I look at. And I'm like, there's a lot. Like, and then you post like your ranking in there, and I'm like, so 5,000 people thought it was a good idea to run that far. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
There was 22,000 total.
What?
Yeah. There's just over 20. It was like 21 and some change between the full and the half marathon. There was 6,000 in the half, and then another 14,000 plus in the full. Yeah, I've never seen a race so big.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I raised Austin. It was 7,000 total, or 8,000 total. This was literally almost triple.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they had corrals, like corral A, B, C, D, and E, and everyone started like 5 or 6 minutes apart. So like I was up front with the A group, which is a city block long from tape to tape.
6,000 fucking people, bro.
Then they move that gate after we're out, and then a whole other city block comes through. So it was 6 Pittsburgh city blocks long.
You're like cattle.
Oh, dude, it was insane. But I have to say, the way the city of Pittsburgh organized that, you wouldn't think there was. You wouldn't even think there was an event there. We were in and out of that city, fucking
Dude,
no problem.
It's usually the weekend of the Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Because the Pittsburgh is usually the first weekend in May.
Yep.
Well, that is when the fucking marathon is.
Yeah.
So the Pittsburgh would be Friday and Saturday.
I couldn't imagine that being the same weekend.
Pittsburgh is usually on Friday or Saturday, and then Sunday everybody leaves, but then traffic is always a nightmare because of the marathon.
Yeah.
This is one of the unique weekends where they did the Pittsburgh on this because it's the first full weekend in May, and the first was on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's why they did it that way.
Yeah, that's way better then. But I was impressed. Organized very well. Dude, the city's so cool. It really is. I until you're like on the ground, like in like not in a car, just like running these streets, like dude, really cool city.
We always, whenever I was a kid, we went a lot, and then we go every now and then, and just. But COVID fucked it all up.
It did, yeah.
That's why. Just haven't been there. I haven't been to the city to walk around and do cool shit in the city in over 2 years now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've been here how many years now, and
Yeah.
that was kind of the first I saw like the South Side. First, I really saw.
Point's super cool.
Yeah,
Point's cool.
rode on the T. Never did that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we parked over by PNC.
Yeah.
Took the T to, what is that? I don't know the area.
I don't even know where it starts.
Come out, there's a McDonald's right there, and you're like right where you need to be.
There's a lot of McDonald's down there.
I know. I don't know it that well. All I know is I took a Subway. This fucking country boy took a Subway. It was interesting.
It's cool. Cities are cool. I mean, they're fun to visit, in my opinion. It's cool to go see and check out.
I couldn't imagine working there.
Fuck no.
I could not imagine trying to get in and out of the city on a daily basis.
No
way.
go. No go.
Dude, that's that weird shit. Like, for some people, that doesn't bother them at all.
None.
Like, I have a few cousins that live, like, Center City, Philadelphia. And, dude, they fucking love it.
They
Like,
prefer that.
They love it.
I mean, that's city living. Like, whenever Hannah had SJ, I remember being down there because I'm like we're there for 3 days, and I was able to went and got food, walked the city, and because right next to McGee is you're there, so walking around, going everywhere, and I'm like, it's pretty cool here. And then I'm like, this is why people like the city. They literally can take 2 hours, walk out of their houses that are right over there, that are super close to the city, which there is some shit in the city. However, those are nice houses, and they're expensive to live there. And I'm like, and then they just take 2 hours and walk out and go to wherever they fucking want to.
Yep.
I couldn't do it, but I get it.
I love driving myself to where I need to go. Like, if I had to take like public transit just out of convenience, just because of parking and all that bullshit.
Have you drove through right by Carnegie Mellon yet?
Yeah.
Super cool area down there.
Yeah, really nice.
Really cool area. Fucking houses they're all old as fuck and super expensive.
Yeah.
Like, there's houses there that are fucking $1 million houses. And I'm like, man, you pay $1 million to live in this motherfucker.
Yeah, there's an area just on the edge of Philly that is the same way. Like, these big historic looking homes, and
yeah,
it's cool.
Wild.
Just so different. Fuck. And we're only, 35 minutes east of the city, but it's a different living out here.
Yeah, I just like this way.
Yeah.
I just really like where I live.
Yeah, me too.
I like being able to do whatever I want. We've got the pool going in, and he said he's going to start in June. Should be done in August.
Okay.
I'm hoping that's how it goes. But I don't want it to end up like Dean's pool. I want it to get done.
Yeah.
We're putting in a big pool with all the cool shit, but now, like, I want to put a garage right above the pool area. So I told him, I was like, I want to make sure we restructure all the boulders on the one side because we're doing like the wall for like a slide into the pool. I'm like, I just want to be able to make sure that the garage, because I want to put a front porch on the garage, be able to sit there and like look over the property.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the projects this summer.
Nice.
I'm going to take all the dirt from the pool and put it on the back side of the house and level that area out. So then I can put like a playpen, like a thing for SJ.
Yeah.
Like a slide and stuff.
Yeah. Like a playground.
Playground.
Yeah.
Dipshit. Put all that there. So it'll be a super dirty, muddy summer at the house.
That's okay.
It'll be fine.
It's just one and done.
Yep. Been one for the past 4 years. So, but yeah, good times.
Cool.
That's about it. Other than that, no. Not doing anything too crazy.
No, just working on a lot of new shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the house is good. That'll be fun. Hannah's going to kill me.
You'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be good. Man. So I have become completely immersed into the whole hunting and fishing thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's all over my Instagram, all over my YouTube channel is just outdoor life. And it has completely fascinated me how many people are into it.
Yeah.
There are a ton of people that are into it. The outdoors, I may have underestimated it. There are a ton of people that are all fucked up from what's occurred the past 2 years. But then there are also a ton of people now all over the internet that are doing their own like outdoorsy things, raising chickens, having their own hunting, fishing. Like, it is a way bigger community than I initially thought. Like, I always knew it existed, but I just didn't know to the size of it. And now, like, I've just like talking about the bear hunt, which is in 4 weeks. Been training for that. I don't know how intense it's going to be. I think I might have overtrained. I don't know.
I think you're in plenty good of shape.
I mean, I'm dead serious. I want to fucking be able to carry. You could tell me this is going to be. So what I'm getting at is, for Christ's sakes, I was a professional fucking bodybuilder. Literally, fucking get off on driving myself into the ground. I fucking love it. Loved it. Now I'm like training in the way I train. I'm like, you could fucking put me somewhere, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but if I'm with somebody that knows what they're doing, I am willing to fucking go through this shit. If you were like, hey, we're going to hike this mountain, it's going to take fucking 10 hours of just straight hiking. I'm like, sign me the fuck up. Let's go. 10 hours up the fucking mountain. I'm in. I don't know what I'm doing out in the wilderness, though. That's kind of why I need the people. So, but what I'm getting at is everything that I've been watching, like, there's really fun, easy, simple things to do. Like, go fishing in the lake. Go hunting in the woods in my backyard. Like, my backyard being fucking hundreds of acres, but yeah, I can go do that. Super cool. Or you can go on legitimate fucking adventures.
Yeah.
Where you are on the food chain. Go to Alaska, you're on the fucking food chain, bro. You're on the food chain. So I've been watching all this stuff, and the way I'm training for it and like the mindset that I'm taking is a little extreme. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of fascinated by it. And Hannah, knowing how fucked up I am and how far I take things, like once I set my mind to something, I get a little fucking excited.
Yeah.
A little too overboard. Excuse me. And I've been talking about it because I'm like, I'm going to do the bear hunt in Idaho with Zach. Right On Optics is their brand manager, Zach Owens, is taking me hunting in Idaho. We're going hunting for bear, and then he's taking me up into the mountains to take me to one of his favorite fishing spots in the United States. You got to hike to get there. It's a little bit of an ignorant hike, but apparently he's like, this lake will melt you. He's like, this is the one that is going to hook you in the West.
Yeah.
He's like, we'll fish, we'll hike in, we'll fish, we'll eat the fish that we catch. He's like, you'll look out over the scenery and see the mountains. He's like, there'll probably be some billies there'll be goats on the mountains. You'll be able to see them, sit there, soak it all in. You'll be able to glass them. It'll be awesome. And I'm like, that's what I want. He's like, it's going to be an ignorant hike. And I'm like, sign me the fuck up.
Yep.
But I've been watching so many YouTube videos, and there's way more than just Steve Rinella and Meat Eater. There's a lot of people that do this. I'm a huge Steve Rinella fan. If you're listening, Steve, I love you. But they go on like legitimate adventures where they're 10 days out in the wilderness. Like, and these guys are no fucking bullshit. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. So at nighttime, I tell Hannah, as I'm sitting there on my phone watching all these, I'm like, this is so cool. And she's like, Jesus Christ. She's like, you went from like bodybuilding and Mr. Healthy now, like you are so health conscious, to literally going somewhere where you could get fucking eaten. Like, you're talking about being on the food chain, and this guy's hunting grizzlies. I'm like, yeah. She's like, you're fucking serious right now. You're an asshole. And I'm like, fuck. I actually am. Okay, maybe I should pump the brakes. But then when I watch it, I'm like, this is the coolest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Dude, this is the same equivalent to what I'm chasing right now with Iron Man. It's just a different spectrum. Like, for what we do and how intense our day-to-day is, we need an equal or greater than like outlet. Like, dude, there's people that we know now that we're finding out the same things about them, like fucking jumping out of helicopters to go skiing and fucking
Yeah.
dude, we're learning all these very successful people have these extreme outlets. And I didn't really know until like thinking about that's what I'm doing with Ironman. That's what you are doing with chasing these adventures now.
Yeah.
Dude, like this is what human beings are supposed to be doing.
You think so too?
100%.
I feel like
Bro, we're not meant to sit in a fucking room on our couch and like click through the channels all day.
I don't think so.
No way.
I don't think so.
No way. Like Kim said the same thing the other night. I'm watching Lionel Sanders fucking train in St. George right now. World Championships are this weekend.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Salt
fuck
Lake
yeah.
City or in Utah?
Yeah, St. George. Fuck yeah. Dude, his training was running up the mountain that they cycle on. Like, I'm talking 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 feet elevation. Gain. Running 625, 615,
Bro.
610s. Like,
Bro.
dude, flying up a mountain. And I'm like, Kim, I was like, this is where I was like, I should be out there for a couple weeks next year to like get some elevation training. She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, you're not just going out there and running this. I was like, this is what they do. I was like, they go out to Arizona and Utah and they stay there for 3 weeks. It's fucking hot and elevated and
This is what they do, babe. This is what they do.
superhumans.
I'm
Superhumans, but normal people. I can do that.
it's yes.
And the only way to do that is to go do that. That's it.
That's kind of what I was saying. Like these dudes that are like, I was watching Ranella in the woods. He's laying there. It's nighttime, right? And he's like, there's just something about knowing that you're on the food chain out in the woods. And I'm like, this motherfucker is nuts.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we do chase these insane things, and you're like, and that's the thing, like whenever in the video when I was talking about the steroids killing you and all this shit, it's like, I'm not judging anybody for what they do. Like, that's the biggest takeaway that I wanted people to get. Stop judging people. Don't be so judgmental, and just understand that we're all a little fucked up. But like the big thing for us is what we're realizing is like whenever we talk to other business owners and people that are in high stress situations constantly, like your workloads are, you have very stressful jobs. And I mean, like, I thought I knew what stress was until owning all of these businesses. And you're like, fuck, dude, it just does not stop. You realize, like, you talk to him and you're like, oh, you have something very insane too, like jumping out of a helicopter to go skiing in Alaska in a place that literally is known for avalanches. Like you're chasing that. Yeah, I paid fucking lots of money to actually go do it too. Oh, no shit. Yeah. Okay then. All right. You're a wild dude.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because with us, it's super dangerous, super intense, like overbearing, like almost like you're like, dude, why the fuck would you ever do that? And normal people might look at you as a little bit crazy. But then it's also like whenever in these high stress situations, you and I have talked about this in private, but I completely understand why certain people do crazy fucked up shit. Like high stress jobs will lead to drugs, alcohol, alter egos, completely living completely different lives. Like you can find bad shit, like people like that are in high stress jobs, like Wall Street, super stressful. The numbers involved there, the amount of money and all that, super stress, high stress. What do they turn to? Cocaine, hookers, drugs, everything. And you're like, okay, that's that lifestyle. And it's just it becomes part of the culture. And it can become part of the culture. Like if instead of like you running Ironmans and looking at Lionel Sanders being like, I need to go to fucking Utah and run the mountain. What did you just say? You know what I mean? You're like, and it's crazy because you could be like, you know, all this stress, I'm just going to go blow some rails and fucking find a nasty fucking cum dumpster. Like, excuse me? What the fuck was that? Who the fuck are you? I'm giving you my money to handle it?
Right.
Get the fuck out of here, bud. But it's these outlets that people have, and it's your choice to do what you want to with your life. And it's like, everybody has it. And I think you're right. Like, we as human beings aren't meant to sit and just do nothing. We're meant to go do incredible things because at the end of the day, we love being competitive. Like, we're still animals.
Yep.
We love it.
Well, and the human body is so capable, or it's amazing how capable it is of achieving like more and more greatness.
Yes.
Like whether that's like like learning something mentally that like you can just put on paper or mechanically you can just do from a mental standpoint, but then the physical side of things is just even more mind-blowing. I mean, athletes are still setting world records, and sport has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. But they're still running a record 1 mile, still running a record 400. These Olympic sprinters are still getting better. How the fuck is that possible?
Wild.
You know, and it's humans, we are superhuman. We're just not tapping into it.
Yeah, and it's hard for people to like actually believe in themselves to do so.
Yeah.
Because I think as we have continued to evolve, like certain parts of society continue to excel. Mm-hmm. And then certain parts of society continue to, like, in a sense, like degrade. Mm-hmm. Like they fall back.
Yeah.
Like we become such a weak society. We're talking about such an upper echelon group of people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When in reality, like the rest of the you know, whenever you're doing this, other parts of life will fuck you up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's why we have these outlets. But I think, you know, they're like in society, everybody's just, it's so easy. It's so easy not to do incredible things. And it's so difficult to do incredible things.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day about that, like, because it's just different mindsets. And if you don't have it, you have to obtain that mindset to go do those things, that's even harder.
Yeah.
Right? So like I was thinking about just to where I grew up in the county that I grew up in, how everyone is pretty much the same in this county. And it's like, I was thinking of, you know, that plays a huge role in going after big dream type situations based on just really where you grew up and who you grew up around. But I don't think like that anymore. That's where I grew up. I got out. You know what I mean? And so it took me back to thinking that it literally is, it's just person to person, this little bit of a different mindset that can be flipped on and off. Some people are able to actually flip it on one day and you're gone. Others don't ever find the switch.
No.
And I don't know if they ever will, but I think a lot of that is like this outside interference of being around people that you just shouldn't fucking be around.
It is everywhere in society.
Yep.
It is everywhere in society. Everything is designed for you to like it, and for it to be easily accessible. The more accessible things are, the easier your life becomes, the weaker your mind will become. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Whereas that switch that you're talking about, all of a sudden, like you're craving this intensity, and you have no idea because it's super difficult and it's kind of fucked up. But once you tap into it, like you become a different person. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that a lot of people, whenever they listen to us and look at what we do, they're able to they get that push, and then they start to feel it. And then they're like, fuck, this is way better. Like the second that you apply all of you to something and you get the reward, you're like, I'd rather do this.
Yeah.
And everybody has something. Like I was talking to a dude yesterday, and he's like, he loves his yard and all this, but then his neighbor just can't sit still, always doing a project, and knows how to do everything, can do everything with his hands. You go in his house, woodwork, impeccable. The garage that he built, the 2,000 square foot garage that he built, beautiful, by hand. And it's like, who the fuck are you? Yeah. But it's that thing where everybody has these outlets that, and how they do it and what they do. It's fascinating. Mm-hmm. And somehow we have glorified being able to do nothing.
Yeah.
It's weird. Mm-hmm. We live in such a weird time right now that it's relatively polarized, because whenever you look on TikTok, like the things that I like watching on TikTok are people actually like doing things, like food, carpentry skills, like mechanical things. I love shit like that. Whereas like on TikTok, what are the most popular things? Sex. Sex.
That's
and
it.
Dumb shit. And I'm like, fuck me, dude. Like that's, if that is the most highly viewed, liked, comment topics, we're fucked.
For sure.
Because that's what it is.
Well, that's just telling us that there's millions upon millions of people that are okay just sitting there and watching that.
Yep.
They're overly content with that. If anything, that's the highlight of their day.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. And I'm like, man, like,
Dude, that's not good. That is not good.
but at the same time, I'm like, those people have realized that that's how they're making their money, and they're going to attack that. And I'm like, so you can't blame them.
No, those that are producing it, I feel like are on the other side of that. They're the one, they figured it out.
But it's
the million fucking viewers that you just got on that have the problem.
it's a crazy concept. It's freaking me out because I look and I'm like, man, like, I don't know where everything is heading. It's such a layered, intense, wild scenario. But it always comes back to, for me, just like, I mean, the greatest thing is that in here, we get to do whatever we want. In life, you get to do whatever you want, especially here in America. You get to do whatever the fuck you want. That's what makes it so great. And the fact that most people are choosing a softer way of life is a little scary, because the softer we get, the easier things are to get taken away from you.
For sure.
The softer your mind is. And then, like, the people that are mentally fucking strong and ignorant are looked at in a whole different way. They're looked at as assholes. They're looked at as stubborn pricks. And it's like, well, I thought that's what we were supposed to be. You know?
Yeah.
I'd rather be that way, you know, and having kids, it's like, I don't know. Having kids, it's put it, every day now I look at me being a dad way differently over the past few weeks. I've always taken it incredibly serious. But now having all this stuff occur in our industry, I look at it and I'm like, I need to take this even more serious, and I need to be even more involved, not so much involved in up in their shit, but actually making sure that I guide them through every different scenario that they're going through in life, and listening to them, and then maybe leading them into a situation and then letting them experience it. And then being right there to tell them why something occurred or why it happened, and actually help them learn at a fucking faster rate. Because I do believe that there is opportunity for a lot of these young kids and a lot of young people right now to fucking run shit. They will be able to run shit. If there was ever a time for fucking young men to get into trades, right now. I look at SJ and I'm like, guess what, kid? I was like, fuck college. I don't care if you're MIT smart motherfucker. I was like, you will be able to work with your hands, and you will be able to do things that the majority of motherfuckers don't know how to do. Because if you want to make it in this world and be fucking of serious value, you should be able to do just about anything. Yep. That's how I look at it, at least. And I don't think SJ is going to be MIT smart anyway.
I don't know.
If he was MIT smart, I might have to retract my statement, but I don't think he's going to be MIT smart. Hannah and I are the parents. He'll be good with his hands, and his dick.
I mean, he is. He's very good with like sports stuff and the golf clubs and the balls. And,
bro, hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, it's on.
And it's like I don't know. I just want to be more hands-on with everything that I have in my life in front of me.
Yeah,
I want to be more hands-on with it, especially with the kids. Like Emmy, we went back and forth with her about like homeschooling, because right now public schools are just a shit show from every angle, from like just the concepts there. I haven't talked to one parent that has a kid in a public high school that is like just the most wonderful thing in the world. There's nothing wrong with the education portion other than just the education system being shit overall, but like the societal norms in there.
Yeah.
One mom was telling Hannah about how they have kids in the high school that are attached to leashes and dog collars. Like other students have each other on dog collars and leashes. And then they eat their lunches out of dog bowls.
What do you mean?
What I just said.
What school is this?
Think down the road.
High schoolers?
High schoolers. You know how like there's the goth and the fucking the chokers and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the internet where they wear the dog collars and then like the people clip on to the leashes?
For kids, right? Like for little kids?
No, for high schoolers.
I've never seen
Like, hey,
this.
you're like 15, 16 years old and you're kind of fucking weird. But that's what they're into. They're into like, you being my bitch. Like, I'm going to put a dog collar on you.
So other students, this is new for me. So
Yes, so students are putting dog collars on each other, like the chokers.
not sexual.
I mean, I don't fucking know. All I know is, have you not seen people on the internet like these wives putting their husbands on leashes?
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know what you're looking up, Seth.
I might be into some weird shit.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. But what I'm stating is the one mom said that the son was telling his mom about how these people, like there's a group of kids that have dog collars on, like they're the goth wearing stuff.
Yeah.
But then they got the dog collars on, and then they attach a leash to it, and they walk each other around the school and shit. And then at lunchtime, they eat their lunch out of a fucking dog bowl.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, if that happened when I was in high school, like they'd get told to get the fuck out.
So
Like cut the bullshit.
no, then the guy that delivered the mats, he delivered mats here, the gymnastics guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants me to say his name. He's a wonderful individual.
Yeah.
But he said at the one high school out there's a fucking litter box in the girl's bathroom because she self-identifies as a cat.
No.
And
Okay. Oh my God.
then, no, I'm not done yet. Then out at the one school, like Hannah was having a powwow with the moms because they were talking like every fucking parent over there wants us to homeschool their fucking kids and do home gymnastics. Like new program, like there's fucking dozen kids that want to be homeschooled and do gymnastics. Mm-hmm. They just want to do their homeschool program and then do fucking gymnastics.
Yeah.
And then, so anyway, that's how this subject came up. Right out the road here at the one high school, this one girl self-identifies as a fucking toaster oven. and the son apparently busted fucking chops. You know, he's laughing at her. He's like, you fucking toaster oven. And apparently he got a warning, and parents were told that he needs to stop that because he will be suspended if he continues to act that way. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me this bitch identifies as a fucking toaster oven, but like, what the fuck's she doing at school then? Go to fucking Home Depot. Go make me some bread. Go toast me something.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Pizza
fuck
rolls,
is going on? Yeah. She had self-identifies as, and apparently the one day she decided to be a washing machine and told everybody that day she was a washing machine. This is not this is no bullshit. The mom was legitimately like, yeah, my son got a warning and he could be suspended, so we had to tell him, like, you just stay the fuck away from her and get out of there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I wonder if the cat lady's like licking herself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? You gonna shit in a box?
She has to lick her own asshole. I mean, that's how cats clean themselves.
So that's
And
what I'm
cats
saying.
are
Those are the
assholes,
rules.
too.
They're fucking bastards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how crazy is this shit, dude? This is not a fucking joke. These are legit conversations that were had over there. And yeah, at the one school right there, there's kids transitioning. They're doing the hormone thing, all this. That's common. We live in a relatively rural area as well.
Yeah, we do.
We live in a rural area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the gender identity, like, that's a whole different thing. But I think if you're identifying as like a toaster,
And toaster
I mean, that's a little different. I don't know. I think that's a whole different thing. Then you need to go see somebody about that.
Well, what? So here's my thing. Now I see it, and I'm like, man, Adeline. Adelin's a tough bitch, dude.
She is.
She's a bad motherfucker. I mean, I raised her to be very, very stubborn and a little bit of a bitch and hardcore. She's highly intelligent, and she's a little bit of a savage. So I don't think too many people could ever say things or be mean enough to her that I haven't already done. You know what I mean? And I'm very, very hard on her. So I'm comfortable with her. Like, I was like, Adeline, like, this, you understand this? She's like, yeah, this is fucking stupid. I'm like, okay, just keep fucking shit up. You want to be successful in life? Yeah. You got to do the work, motherfucker. Yeah. And I don't ever want to hear a fucking excuse come out of your mouth. You fuck up, you own that shit. Mm-hmm. You kill shit, you take fucking ownership of killing that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Eat it. You deserve it. Yeah. So, and that's how I speak to her. I don't speak to her as, Adeline, do a great job today. I do not talk to Adeline that way. Don't. No. And so I'm not worried about that and her, but we're all these people, these young kids that are having this mentality and doing these things, where are the parents? Mm-hmm. What is your upbringing like at home? Like, I think that's what scares me about the societal norm of social media and what it has done to weak-minded adults. Because then weak-minded adults are raising children. But what happens if they're not involved in their children's lives? What happens if they're not sitting down at nighttime to eat dinner with them, to talk to them about their day, or understand how their child is developing mentally? Like, what are you thinking about this? Hey, did you see this going on in the world? How does that make you feel? Like, what do you think about this? And then guide them in life. Mm-hmm. help them understand that there are difficulties. But I think a lot of parents are pretty selfish, and they are more worried about their own images on social media in their own part of their lives, and they have children and kind of neglect because they're an adult thinking that that child also has the adult mindset, and that child is just as smart as an adult. So then whenever a girl becomes 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, the moms can talk to their daughters like they're their friends. You can't fucking do that shit. Sons, I can't talk to my son like I'm his best fucking friend. I'm not your friend, motherfucker. I am your dad, and I'm going to fucking treat you like my son. You are not my best fucking friend. Because I have to raise you to become a better man than I. And that's how mothers should look at their daughters. You should become a better person than I. Be a better woman than me. Because in life, in order to continue to reproduce and make things happen in this world, you have to be able to live together and create new life. Now, I understand there's the gays and lesbians, but that's a different story. I have nothing wrong with that because everybody knows my stance on gays and men and how, like, if you're gay, you're gay.
Yep.
That's how you were made.
That's it.
Can't make any different about that. But how people are raising their children to make sure that like they become a better part of the community. Wow, it's scary times.
Yeah, I think like the other fucked up side of it is, like you said, parents live their own virtual life on these things, just as the kids do now.
Yeah.
And I think the big problem is that parents think the kids are everyone's looking at the same things.
They're not.
Because, like, think about it, like, growing up. Like, if my mom walked into the room and I was watching a movie that I shouldn't have been watching, hey, get that shit off the fucking TV.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how often do you see what the fuck's going on in your kid's hand?
Really good point.
You know what I mean? And then people that don't have this mindset, adults like us that have children, and they're caught up into this fucking thing too, what do you expect your kid to be like?
Yes.
You're just as bad. You're actually probably watching the same shit.
And how about if put my tinfoil hat on, over the past 2 fucking years, if I stress adults out enough and drive them into the ground and make them go crazy, I'll be able to control their kids via social media and via the school systems. Yep. Because I'll be able to dictate everything that is taught, learned, seen, controlled. That's legitimately how to take something over. Because we, strong-minded, intense individuals, felt the shit from this. If we felt the shit, everybody felt the shit, weak-minded, fickle people got eaten the fuck alive. And then people get tied up in the polarization of what's going on in the world, whether it's the right side or the left side, and then forget to take care of the shit they got going on at home because they're so fixated on what's going on outside of the home and them trying to change the world whenever they need to be focused on their people in their home and their local community. Right. Like nobody goes to fucking school board meetings anymore.
But yeah, the involvement isn't there anymore.
No, it's all gone.
It's like parents will see their kids off to school and then like they're not worried about it anymore.
Yeah.
Trust in the system.
Yep.
I mean, my parents they weren't like that. They didn't trust the system. They were there to see what was going on once a month. And if they didn't fucking like it, 25 parents stood up and said they didn't like something. Guess what? It got fucking changed before the meeting was over.
It is.
It
is wild. It's wild. But where this all started was the homeschooling thing with the children. And for what Hannah and I have been rattling around is like, we have Emmy, who is just an absolute phenom at gymnastics. And Emmy came home. Apparently she's been asking Hannah to be homeschooled for a while. And then a couple of weeks ago, Emmy came home and she's like, Dad, she's like, I need to be homeschooled. I'd like to be homeschooled. How do I be homeschooled? I'm like, oh. He's like, I look at him, I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? And I was like, she's like, looks at me like this. Look, I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
I was like, I have to think about it. So then, after dinner, she leaves, and I look at her, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She's like, well, we bought all those books for her. We went to the store. Emmy reads every night,
Yeah.
work on her reading and her comprehension. And she got the Simone Biles books.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Simone Biles books, it talks about her stopping going to school and becoming homeschooled to get better at gymnastics. So Emmy reading books has led to the point of, I don't want to go to school anymore. I ought to be homeschooled and do fucking gymnastics.
Fuck, this backfired.
God damn it. So we've been, and everybody has been, a lot of parents have been like, hey, like with the school systems the way they are, the homeschooling has become a very, very strong concept that a lot of people are wanting to do. So we're Hannah and I'm like, we sat down a couple of times and we're like, dude, Emmy's a fucking phenom. If there was one kid that like we could do some serious shit with, it's her. So it's one of those things. Oh,
Whoops.
down. Other one.
Yeah, it's the other one.
But if there's a kid that we believe that there's a few girls over there that are fucking animals.
Mm-hmm.
But Emmy being ours, we're like, let it rip, dude. We're like, we're pretty much, it's a strong percentage chance that we're going to end up homeschooling Emmy and just pushing her with gymnastics because the kid wants gymnastics. She's like, I don't know how I'm going to be a level 6 if I don't do homeschooling. Looking at me dead in the eye. And I'm like, Emmy's never serious. And she is dead serious right now. She's like, how am I supposed to become a level 6 next year if I'm not homeschooled?
She's already running through the entire, like, everything.
Bro, Emmy has a hard time in school with certain subjects. But it's just that thing where I was saying, like, the education system's just fucking flawed and broken. Overall, it is, in my opinion. It's been for a while. It's just becoming more predominant because I'm paying more attention to it. Like, why don't you learn about taxes in the fucking school? Why do I know the quadratic formula, but I don't know fucking taxes?
Yeah. Or how to write a check.
That's the stupidest
Balance a checkbook.
Why do I not know life things, but I know the quadratic formula? Because they don't fucking want you to know about those things. Because they want to fuck you in the ass. That's why. Plain and simple. Tell me I'm wrong. The fuck out of here, you brainwashed cunt. So anyway, Emmy, she's not the greatest at certain subjects. However, we work with her a ton and she does phenomenal. However, she can remember the 13 optional level girls that we have. She knows all of their routines, all their floor routines. She knows them all. Knows the songs, knows all of the fucking routines, knows the passes, knows everything. So you mean to tell me this 8-year-old can remember 26 minutes of a routine, 13, and usually a minute and a half or a 2-minute routine. I don't know what the fuck it is, but she can remember all that for 13 different children and her own. And she can do all that. She can remember all that, but has trouble in school? No. It's just making that relation between things and finding out how the child learns to make them better at things in life. It's just finding that correlation. Well, schools don't all operate that way because it's the public school system with thousands of children, and it's very difficult to do that. So that's why we're looking at it. We're like, I don't mean we might be able to do it very well. I don't know. There's only one way to find out. Got to try.
Yep.
So, and then SJ, I'm just going to, I don't know. I just want to do cool shit. I got a while to wait with him, but I'm going to make sure, like, I just want him to be able to do everything that I wish I could do now. Yeah. Intense subject in the world.
Yeah, it is.
Super intense. And it all resorts back to a mentality. It's just a mentality. That's what we're missing, instilling in all of these young people and instilling in adults that don't have this mindset either, and never been around certain people, is getting around there and understanding that you are capable of doing incredible things. Having a mentality and having a mindset that, like, if you put everything you have into something, bitch, it will be incredible.
100%.
That's literally, at the end of the day, all you have to think about. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very difficult. Super, super difficult. And you're going to get discouraged and you're going to feel like you're not worth it. But that's why we all love the motivational videos. That's why we all love motivational movies. That's why we all love feel-good stuff. And in every feel-good movie, there is a fucking point whenever in there it's down. What makes it a feel-good movie is the fact that at one point you are low. That's how you feel good via a movie, and that's how life actually works. You just have to understand that you're the person that has to make it feel good. Yeah. You have to do that work. Nobody's going to do it for you. Like all of a sudden it's not all like, oh man, I feel great because somebody did all that for me. No, because at night when you lay down, you're like, I am fucking worthless because I didn't do a fucking thing. Ugh. The whole point is for you to feel it, not everyone else. Because in the world, there are a ton of people doing incredible things that are not famous on the internet.
Yeah.
There are people out in this community that do outstanding, wonderful things and make a shitload of fucking money, and nobody has any clue because it's not on the fucking internet. So just because you're not famous on the internet does not mean that you can't do a wild, incredible, phenomenal things in this world. And that concept that people have needs to change. You need to understand that you are capable of doing wild, incredible things. You just have to do the work. You do.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone in a position of success. It wasn't always genetics. It wasn't always just born this prodigy. I'd say 1 in 10 might be that way. The other 9 had to work for everything that they fucking have, and they got to work to just keep it. Like you have some sort of, you win some sort of belt, or you win first place at whatever, or dude, like you did that once, now you got to hold it. Now you got to keep everyone else from coming and fighting for it. It's not just yours forever.
No.
You know, it's dude, just like, honestly, what really inspired me to even push to with what I'm doing was seeing what you did with your pro bodybuilding career, and seeing that you did that while still working a job. You did that right out of college when you already had a child. You did all of that when every single ounce of your life was like against you to become a pro bodybuilder, and you did it. And then we started a brand at questionably one of the most down points in your life.
Yeah.
This crossroads between a career in bodybuilding and being a business owner and being a full-time parent, like that, dude, you had every odd against you, and look where we're at. None of what we have was given. It was worked for, it was earned, it was fought for.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I just hate when I hear people just say that, like, oh, I just don't have it. I don't have the time. This is wrong in my life. That, dude, it's all there. It's
supposed to be.
It's up to you. It's always up to you. 100% of the time.
It's supposed to be hard.
Yep.
It's supposed to be hard.
Dude, look at these pro athletes. They devote every single hour of their entire life to it.
Everything.
Every single minute. Most of us can't even devote the time to bettering ourselves or our families, and these guys are the top 0.1% in the world. Dude, anyone can do it.
Yes.
You got to chase the fuck out of it.
For sure. And that's that whole, everything that you just said right there and how you embody all of that as well, that's why we had HWMF. Like that's all where it came from, because I remember the first time we put it on the t-shirt. I remember where it first made its first appearance. It was on the flag shirt.
Yeah.
Remember? Put all different jobs on the American flag shirt.
Oh, yeah.
We put it in there, and it was hardworking motherfucker. And I'm like, there it is. And I was like, because that's what we are. And it was just the concept of whatever you're doing at that specific time, do it with everything you got. Like whatever you're doing, if you give it all you have, you won't be one dimensional. You'll have multiple dimensions to your life, because if one thing is ever taken from you, because parts of my life were taken from me, I had other things to make sure that they were able to fill that void. Because then, like, because whenever me having children, it's like, if one part of my life was taken away, I could always look at my kids and understand, I can't ever forget how important you all are to me. I'll never forget how important you are to me. You know what I mean? And if and that's the part that makes me scared, and also gain perspective on life, is if you look at your children and if one of my children were taken from me, if they did die, everything in my world would stop. There would be nothing. And then it gains perspective. How? Because then I stop and think, and I'm like, there are motherfuckers that lose their kids. There are people who children come down with debilitating diseases and die at 5 years old, 4 years old, 7 years old. You took Emmy from me? Oh my Jesus. SJ, Adeline, if those children died somehow, I don't know how I would function. And that's a reality for some people in their lives. So you need to be able to take yourself and put yourself in those situations to gain perspective on life.
Yeah.
And whenever you can embody that mentality, that hardworking motherfucker mentality, you do become a new person. And that's what, I mean, it's wild because you watched me go through it. And now vice versa, I'm watching you go through it. And for as long as we've been doing this together side by side for 6 years now, over 6 years now, it's wild that it's only been 6 years and everything that has occurred and how quickly things occur in the level of intensity that they're occurring at. Because it's like whenever all these old pictures have been popping up on my phone because I tore my tricep 2 years ago, made the post last night, all that shit. Well, then I dive in and I look back at even older pictures on my phone and I'm like, fuck, there's Bob. Like, and then I just saw old Vegas pics of us in 19. And I'm like, oh my God, look at that. And then there's a video of you and I talking on the podcast, a clip that was posted about your buoyancy.
Yeah.
Remember how we were talking about you being buoyant in the water? And I'm like, fuck you, dude. I was like, you're not buoyant anymore. And you're like, and I was like, you probably were buoyant because you were fat.
Yeah.
And you're like, no way, it's my lungs. And I'm like, this is fucking, I was like, you're so full of shit right now. I'm like, you're like a solid piece of muscle. And you were still a thick boy. You were still over 200. You were still over 210.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and now I look at you and I'm like, it's like, man, Bob was thick then. And we were talking about that and looking at that. And I'm like, and then I look at you now and I'm like, and I was like, man, this is crazy, the transition of life and how it occurs. And then like the mentality then and how it has occurred for you and for me. And I'm like, man, just topics like that crack me up. And I look at and it's the mentality that we possess, that every single person does, every single wildly successful person has that mentality.
Yes.
They just deliver it in a different way. Like David Goggins, getting hard, like get hard, motherfucker. It's like, yes, that is one of the most intense, perfect things to state. Because if you're soft, you're fucked. And then it's like the HWMF, be a hardworking motherfucker. You say that to anybody, everybody's like, I get it. And then the concept of being good at everything that you do at life. Dad, job, lover, husband, whatever. You do all you can in those. You do incredible things.
Yeah. I mean, circling back to what you said in the beginning too, just about seeing these young bodybuilders passing away and really seeing anyone at any age pass away. Look what we have been capable of doing in the last 6 years together, between you being a pro bodybuilder, us starting several successful businesses, me going from couch to competing at a very high level in triathlon, all in this 6-year window. Imagine what you can do with 6 years of time to better your kids, to better your job, to better every aspect of your life. Think about that one thing. 3 years ago, we were like, yeah, I'm going to do this starting today. And then you didn't. And now you're 3 years later. Imagine where you'd be. So don't let that discourage you. Imagine where you can be from 3 years from today. Because 2 years from today, or 2 years back from today, you were in a position that you had no fucking idea what was going to occur.
Terrified.
You questioned your career as a bodybuilder. You questioned what you can do for the brand, being the face and the life of Axe and Sledge and AAR. And look what you did. You not only got past that injury, no problem, but you became in better shape, you became healthier, you became a better version that can actually be sustained over time instead of this short-lived window of
God knows what
chaos, dude.
Insanity.
Chaos. So it's like, guys, you need to take action immediately and go all in on whatever you're passionate about. Dude, even if you don't see yourself being a pro triathlete or a bodybuilder, or dude, most people don't want to own a business that has 50 employees. Like, that's just not in your cards.
Stress.
But imagine the difference you could make in your kid's life today just by being more present in the evening. If, dude, I see you having dinner with your kids every single night for the last 6 fucking years.
Every day.
There's a reason your children act the way they do.
Yes.
There's a reason they can present themselves to adults and start to conversate with them like they're an adult. If you guys aren't having dinner as a family, implement that right away.
Yes.
One small little fucking change.
Has a huge
Guys,
impact.
just fucking start doing something good.
It's-
That's it.
You are 100% right. It's crazy too, because those are things that people. It's difficult. It's difficult, and there is always a hang up. Everyone, you can make an excuse for anything.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like having dinner. Well, you can say I'm not home. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Well, find another way. Don't just have to copy me.
Mm-mm.
Find another way.
Yeah.
Fucking literally chop your own path, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like get out there and do some shit, and make an impact. And it is difficult and it is time consuming, but like you said, like if you didn't do that one thing you thought of,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, man, I should have did that, because you're still in the same fucking position. This goddamn thing is one of the worst fucking things in the world. It's
awful.
great, but it's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Because the second that I put this down and I am involved with my children and my family, dude, it's such a different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
different.
more time I spend away from this thing, the better my mind is.
Yeah.
If I go 2 or 3 days where I don't sit on this at night,
Mm-hmm.
I think clearly. I wake up differently.
Yep.
I don't get these anxious feelings that I don't even know what it's for.
Yep.
I get anxious and I don't even know why.
Yep.
I'm not nervous to come to work. This is my company. I'm not nervous.
No.
I don't have to answer to anyone. Who do I have to answer to?
Fuck off.
We answer questions. We answer anything together as a
Yeah.
group.
It's
I
never
should-
on one.
Dude, this thing makes everyone more anxious. This makes you think that you aren't capable of bigger and better things. I feel like it literally is an anchor. This thing is a fucking anchor.
Yes. It's weird because it's how we talk in such a positive, intense manner, right? It's like if you hear too much of that, people will all of a sudden somehow think less of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you see too many people that are successful, more successful than you begin to think you could never become successful.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's this weird thing that occurs because if you see...
Like a win in the lottery type deal.
Yeah, like...
It's not that.
No. Because whenever you see someone, you start to immediately in your head compare yourself to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will compare myself to you. I will compare myself to someone. I will compare myself to someone doing something immediately. And it's weird. So what you need to understand is yes, human beings are made to be competitive. Mm-hmm. We are made to survive. We're not made to sit on our phones and stare at the fucking things the whole time. Mm-hmm. We're made to go do things. So if you see someone doing something, yes, great. If you would like to do that too, go do it.
Yeah.
But just understand that the person that you're looking at or the person that you're watching is pushing themselves at a level that's super crazy. Mm-hmm. And you can do it too. Mm-hmm. But it ain't going to be easy. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'll close this out with this concept. I never thought I would be able to run like I do, even though I fucking hate it and I joke about it all the time. I ran a half a mile at 7 miles an hour in my bare feet on the treadmill, and I'm like, I got off, and I'm like, I'm in shape, motherfucker. I'm in shape.
Yeah.
Then I just go beat the shit out of myself, and then second round, I'm like, I can get in better shape.
Yeah.
It's that thing that I never thought I would be able to do the things I'm doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I did 45 minutes of cardio this morning, that steady fucking zone 2 bullshit.
Yep.
Bro, I'm like, I had 45 minutes of cardio. I got off, and I'm like, I ain't even fucking tired.
Yep.
I never thought I'd get to this point. Mm-hmm. And it's wild because it's like, whenever I watch people do it, I'm like, it's like, I could never do this. Yes, you can, Seth. Yeah. You just have to understand that it is going to suck, and you just have to embrace that.
Yep.
And I'm like, ugh, because I just hate it so much. But if I want to be good and I want to be able to go do these extravagant things, because in my head, the perspective that I have to gain is, why am I doing this shit? Because I want to take my son to be able to go do these things because I get enjoyment out of it. So if I want to be able to go do a fucking out west excursion adventure in the mountains, bitch, you can't be fat out of shape, Seth. You got to be one bad motherfucker because you want to take your son and he be a bad motherfucker. So that's all that's in my head. Mm-hmm. Like painting that vision of whatever the fuck. I don't know how that's even in my head, but I think everybody does it. Like, you mean to tell me you don't have visions of you fucking doing something insane, like climbing and running a fucking 6-minute mile up the goddamn St. George fucking Utah plateaus? Yeah, you were like, yeah, I'm fucking there.
Dude, I want to win. I want to win something.
That's what I mean.
I
Like,
want to win.
you have a vision, and no matter how ridiculous it is or whatever it is, if you don't have a vision of something cartoonesque in your head or some type of, oh my God, look how cool that would be, and fucking be sick. But what are you actually doing? You should have that vision. You should have something that's just like that paints your picture in your head.
Yep.
That just and you've never seen it. It doesn't exist. It is not real. It's a vision, and then you make it real, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to train for it. You have to want it so bad. You have to train, and that is all that's in your head, and that's how you get emotional about it. That's what brings on the emotion is the vision, because you had this vision in your head, and then all of a sudden there's going to be a fucking split second whenever you look around and you're like, there it was.
Yep.
Oh my God, I just made my vision a reality. Oh, man, that's some powerful shit.
Fuck yeah.
That's what you want. That's that craving that, I mean, we all possess it and we all know it's real because we all lay down at night and think of those things that would be beautiful and just, man. But then to do it, the work is just extensive, and it will be beautiful whenever you get it.
Mm-hmm.
It will be. I felt them before.
Yep.
In bodybuilding, I felt them. And that's why I'm so adamant about health, because I want everybody to experience them, and I want them because I have a couple that I have in my head.
Yeah.
And it involves me being around with my family.
Yep.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Good day. I love it. Triston, thank you for doing a good job at your job.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
Bob, I love you.
Love you
I'll
too,
see you
man.
in about 5 seconds.
Yep, cool.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.